here's FM. Okay, so this is my rubric for marking this assignment. So I want you to notice that there's 75 marks that I have to go through. These 24 marks are for the drawing, okay? All of the other marks here, the other 50 marks or so, are for sections, for the section markers, dimensions, the alignment of the views, layers, dimensions, style, everything else. So again, I want to stress, if you just do your drawing and submit that, you'll get 24 out of 75, okay? So even if you do it perfectly. So you make sure you go through the instructions and cover everything that's required in the rubric. You know, all the markers, all the dimensions, all everything else. Okay, so it's not enough just to draw the drawing. Okay, so here's the instructions. The last step, I think, in instruction number 10, it says to change the sheet size to A and CB. So if I look at this, I'm going to go, okay, if I right click in layout at the bottom here, I'm going to go to page setup manager and modify. And I can see that it's, right now it's in an ISO expand A3. That's a metric sheet size. Okay? So the last step is to change it to an NCB. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to copy this layout just so I have the original if someone wants me to do it again. So I'm just going to right click and say move or copy. And I'm going to say create copy, move in, hit OK. So all I did there is I made another copy of this layout. So I have two, one, two, same. Okay, so I'm going to modify it layout 2 without modifying the other one. So again, you go to the tab, you right click, you go to page setup manager, modify, and again, this should say drawing to PDF. This should say monochrome, black and white. And now the page size, it says ISO expand A3. I want to change it to ANSI full bleed. So I'm going to scroll up there. Right here is ANSI full bleed B. Okay, and there's two of them. It doesn't matter which one you take. So I'll pick this one, and then you'll see why it doesn't matter which one you pick. I'll hit OK and close. And there's a different size sheet. So I'm going to go in paper space and move this stuff away. I'm going to go move, grab this whole thing, and move it over here. Okay, so now the reason I picked ANSI B full bleed is the little dashed lines that show your plottable area. They're right on the edge of the paper. You can't really even see them. And the benefit of that is if I do make viewport and hit enter twice, it'll make a viewport the full size of this sheet. And the only reason I need that is I can snap to that viewport to make a border. Okay, so again, I'm using the viewport really as a construction tool. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go MV, enter. Okay, and then I'm going to enter again. And it just made a viewport over the whole thing. Okay, so again, I'm going to delete this viewport in a minute. But now that I have the viewport here, I can go to my rectangle tool, and I can snap a rectangle from here to here. Now I have a rectangle that I can offset. These instructions are in your step. The last step. I'll go offset, type 10, enter, and I'm going to offset this inward 10. So all I did is I used the viewport to draw a rectangle, and then I offset the rectangle by 10 to get it. So now I'm going to delete the viewport and the outside rectangle. Delete, so the viewport's gone. So now I have a border in my ANSI full bleed B sheet. Okay, now I'll just go over here and delete this exterior one. And I'll go move. I'll select everything I had before. I'll snap down here and put it into this border right there. Now you can see it doesn't fit perfectly. So I'm going to make sure my perpendicular snap is on. Midpoint as well. And I'm just going to grab these two viewports, pull this one down here like that. Okay, now this is an old border here, so I'll pull this down as well. If I grab this flat bar, I can pull that down as well. Okay, now at the outside here it doesn't fit, so I'll grab the two viewports, pull it to there. And once again, I have the old view border, and I'll pull this to the side as well. Okay, so now I have this fitting in inside the ANSI B, inside the ANSI B sheet. Okay, and now, again, a lot of questions have been coming, they can't fit the drawings in the viewports. And these viewports, you can move. I'm gonna select all four viewports at the same time. I'm gonna turn off F3. I'm gonna turn on that on the ortho. I can just move this up if I need more room down here. You can change the size of your viewports. Okay, so that's it. I'll do it again if necessary. I think I'll do it again when I do the explanation of assignment 2. Okay, now, again, you do have to submit a PDF as well as the DWG. To make the PDF, I just go to print. Okay, actually, these viewports here, they should be on a layer called depth points. Okay, depth points doesn't print. Okay, so if I'm going to go print, I'll say continue. I'll just do a preview first. You can see that the viewport themselves didn't print. Okay, I'll go back. Now I'll just hit OK. Just save it by appropriate name, because some people are sending me stuff to assignment 1. Anyway, so that's the PDF. Save this PDF, submit this PDF as well as the DWG. Okay, except you have a section over here. That's obvious. So, close that. Okay, and I'm going to come back to assignment 1 in a few minutes. I just want to go over assignment 2.